Science fiction or future reality? In the 1984 sci-fi film The Terminator, a cyborg killer robot from the future comes to execute Sarah Connor, whose unborn son helps humanity overcome an artificial intelligence system known as Skynet. With the rapid advance of AI technology worldwide, could killer robots pose a threat to the future existence of the human race? Well, joining us with more is Robert Marks. He's professor at Baylor University and director of the Bradley Center for Natural and Artificial Intelligence. Dr. Marks, good to have you with us. So we already have killer drones. So how likely is it that killer robots are on the horizon?
Oh my goodness, we're going to have killer technology for a long time, whether or not it involves AI. The question that you posed from the Terminator movie is the question of whether artificial intelligence will ever become self-conscious and begin to take over, if you will. And no, that is not going to happen. There's absolutely no evidence. Now, there's lots of people that disagree with me. I would say Bill Gates. Bill Gates says, I don't understand why some people are not concerned about AI. The big one, the late Stephen Hawking said the development of artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. So these are scary people, but I tell you, there's a lot of people on my side too. And I think these are people that are better vetted in the area of computer science and can put up some good scientific and computer science reasons why artificial intelligence is never going to become sentient and take over.
AI is being used to develop robotic technology that would eventually be used by the United States military to fight wars. So tell us about that. What are the advancements there?
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's very important that indeed that happens and that the United States continues to develop artificial intelligence weapons. If history teaches us anything, it's that technology wins wars and also gives pause to those who would be our adversaries. And so the United States must continue with the development of artificial intelligence, be understanding of the artificial intelligence weapons developed by our adversaries. The smoke is out of the bottle, and despite concerns from people like I have one from U.S. Secretary General Antonio Guterres, who said that killer robots are, quote, potentially unacceptable, morally repugnant, and should be banned by international law. Well, war also is kind of repugnant, and it should be banned by international law, but heck, that isn't going to work.
The Chinese aren't banning it. I mean, they're moving forward. Are they far ahead of us on AI?
Yes, unfortunately, I think they are. In fact, I wrote an article recently about the Chinese question and whether if we got into a war with China, whether or not we would win or lose. And I'm afraid now we would probably lose, not necessarily uniquely because of artificial intelligence, but the way that the United States has I don't know, fallen behind in the development of the weapons. A company called Shield. Now, these are people who develop they develop weapons for warfare, and they said, boy, this captures it very nicely. China's military is Netflix. The U.S. military is Blockbuster.
Wow.
China is Amazon. The U.S. is Barnes and Noble. China is Tesla, and the U.S. is General Motors.
Rabbi Joshua Franklin used the AI ChatGPT to write a sermon for him. Now, members of his congregation thought he wrote it, or that it was a sermon from a wise Jewish scholar, when in fact it was AI. And I'm sure some students have used ChatGPT to write papers for them. So what do you see as the limitations and dangers there?
Okay, well, ChatGPT, by the way, I don't want to discount it. It is an incredible piece of software, and anybody in the world can go online and actually download and use ChatGPT to do whatever they want to. But there are going to be limitations to ChatGPT. As far as the remarkable applications, yes, I've asked ChatGPT to write poems. I recently wrote kind of a paragraph for an article I was writing. I looked at the article and I thought, oh, those words are kind of clunky. So I put it in ChatGPT and asked it to rewrite it. It rewrote it, and I had to edit it a little bit, but it was really, really good stuff.
Well, maybe you could use it for your next book. I mean, would it help you a little?
I could. But here's the thing. The only thing it understands is syntax. And so the way that this works is that these large language models learn sequences of words. Sometimes when you're texting, your text will give you a suggestion of what the next word in your text should be. Think of that same process, except that process is going on steroids.
You're a Christian. Could we potentially lose our humanity, become more dependent on AI, something that has no soul, instead of relying on God for answers?
Well, it's very interesting. Those that are materialist and non-Christian certainly believe so. They believe that the human brain or our minds, our souls are made out of meat, and they've actually developed their own religion there. But are we going to lose our souls and the dominion over ourselves? Well, the other technology which is coming along, the Industrial Revolution, the use of electricity, and those sorts of things certainly haven't diminished humanity. They have helped humanity. After the hype bubble pops, we're going to understand its limitations. We're going to be able to apply it in society, and it's going to make our lives easier. And so that's what the future is going to be. It's going to be a tool. Artificial intelligence is a tool. It's not going to be our masters.
Okay, Robert Marks, professor at Baylor University and director of the Bradley Center for Natural and Artificial Intelligence. Thank you for sharing your time and insights. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you much.